What I'm about to tell you applies universally. By universally, I mean all cultures, all nationalities, all sexes, all religious backgrounds. Doesn't matter. As long as you're on planet Earth and maybe even Mars, this applies to you. Those who succeed in any area of life, be it business, be it romantic relationships, be it regular relationships with their male or same-sex friends, platonic relationships. Those who succeed in life and have the highest chance of success in life in all endeavors are those who blame themselves and only themselves when mistakes are made. Those who fail, those who are repeated, for lack of a better term, losers, those who repeatedly fall short of what they want to achieve, always blame others. They have a long list of excuses, if you notice. They have a long list of excuses. Oh, it's because they didn't give me a chance. Oh, because they offered another person this job. Oh, because of racism. Oh, because of this, that. The list is long. They actually are very good at creating a long list because they are good at it because they seek to place the blame on another entity, any entity they can find, they can think of other than themselves. Whereas those who succeed, those of you who have reached where you want to reach in life, those of you who've accomplished even partially the things that you want, you know that in those cases where you accomplished, where you won, was because you blamed yourself and you fixed the problems the mistakes that you made before, and you succeeded eventually. It could take 1,001 tries, but eventually you succeeded. Now, the obvious reason for this phenomenon is very obvious. You know, you blame yourself, you correct your mistake, and you succeed. But the not so obvious reason where people succeed and don't succeed, depending on whether or not they blame themselves or others, is because when you blame yourself 100%, then the next time it comes to a point where you have to make a decision, where you have to make a move, where you have to do something or not do something, you will think long and hard before you make that move, because you know what happened last time and you know what dear price you paid for that mistake, and you know it's your fault, and you know that it's all on you and all up to you. So you think long and hard, you think twice, you sleep on it, you take as much time as you need to take before you make that decision, because you know if you make the wrong move, the only person you're going to blame is that person in the mirror. This, as I said from the beginning of this video, is a universal fact that applies to everyone. There are no exceptions. There are no special circumstances. Even in cases where people are born with severe disabilities, there are examples of success much more than those who are born healthy, not alone just healthy with all their facilities perfectly healthy, but they're also born into rich families where they had seed capital and they still failed, because they were thinking of that imaginary safety net of blaming others if they failed. They say, oh, I'll try this. Oh, I'll try that. This sounds good. I'll try this. And if it doesn't work, I'll blame it on, you fill in the blank, A to Z, 1,000,001 things that they have concocted in their heads. I remember a childhood friend of mine. I was in my early 20s, and he was telling me, "You're so good at getting dates and whatever." And he knew he's better looking than me, and everything. And he says, tell me, help me. I said, well, it was at the beginning of those times where they had these dating sites, free dating sites. I remember it was Yahoo Dating. If you guys are living in the United States or even abroad, you remember in the beginning, Yahoo Dating was completely free. And I told them, get a picture of yourself and put it there, and describe yourself and tell them what you want. Try to be yourself, but not give too much away. And when they respond to you, then take it from there. He goes, well, can you make a profile for me? I said, okay, I'll do it, because I knew the guy. So, I made some basic profile. I'm such and such years old, live in this place, and this is my education, and I'm looking for, a romantic friend, whatever. So I made a profile. He put the profile online, and God is my witness. He had some answers, naturally. And he told me, can you help me reply to them? I said, listen, what I did, I made the food for you. I prepared it and I cooked it and I put it on a plate for you. Now you want me to chew it for you. What do you want me to reply to them? I even replied to him for him. I said, okay, well, I'm free Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays, if you want to go out, to talk or, for a coffee or something. And he still didn't do it. He says, well, these women, I don't think they're ready, whatever. This is an example of a guy who's still a major, major failure, coming from a wealthy family, good-looking guy. He has everything going for him, except wisdom. Except wisdom. Because knowledge is power. When you are looking to blame anything else other than yourself for your failures, believe me, you're going to have no problem finding it. No problem at all. It takes 0 seconds. So if there's anything you're going to take away from this video, remember this. No matter what part of the world you are, where you're born, even if you're born in war-torn Afghanistan right after the Russians left, there are people that I know that have made it big in the West. Big. So, is your background worse than that? Is your background worse than the guy that was born with no legs and no arms, and he gives speeches and gets money for it? There are no excuses. Signing out. Glad to be leaving Copenhagen, Denmark. With all love for the people of Denmark. I don't like cold and expensive places. All the best. Till I see you again.